Hello, it's Jody Taylor of SnackySays.com. Today we have a special guest. I'm going to be interviewing my favorite golden girl. Can I call you a golden girl? My mom.
It's okay.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, great. So I should say we're doing this in person. This isn't a virtual interview, so I'm super excited about that. In these COVID times, pandemic times, a lot of things aren't in person. So I'm happy to have my mom here in person chatting with me. So Mom, today we're talking about fitness and different types of fitness. So I don't think we've talked about this before, but my main reasons for working out is for my mental health. And also that when I am 100, or 120, I'm still shaking my boom boom on the dance floor.
Of course.
So yeah, I wanna still be physically fit and mentally fit. And so you're not 100. I don't know if you want to say your age.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Another quarter century to go.
Not yet. So in a quarter century, you'll be 100. So I thought it would be great to talk to you about fitness for you over the decades and how it's been, and if there's anything you would do differently in your experiences. And by the way, I should properly introduce you. This is my mom, Mrs. Norma Taylor. Welcome, Mrs. Taylor.
Thank you.
So tell us, for those of us who are listening who don't personally know you, where are you from? Where were you born and raised?
I was born on the island of Jamaica, a little parish. My country has 14 parishes, and I was born in the second parish, which is Kingston, which is Port Antonio. Kingston, St. Thomas is first, and then Portland. So I was born in the parish of Portland, the capital, Port Antonio Central.
Okay. So you are from Port Antonio, Portland, Jamaica. West Indies.
Right.
That's right. All right. So tell us a little bit about what fitness was like when you were little. Like, did you have scheduled gym class? Were you running around, going to the beach? What was it like for you?
Well, at school we had recess time, which is gym time, called PT. So we had to go skip, run, jump, long jump, high jump, jump rope, skipping, and what else we used to do? Baseball, what we call baseball with the hand. The other person throw the ball to you and you hit it with your hand. So, do you never see that?
No, you hit a ball with your hand?
Yes.
A baseball or a ball? What kind of ball?
A ball, but the name of the game is baseball. Girls' baseball.
Oh, you mean like netball? No, that's different.
Baseball. You hit the ball with your fist. The ball is coming to you and you boom, and it's gone.
Oh, cool.
So the boys had cricket and the girls had hand baseball.
Hand baseball.
Yeah.
All right.
And when you hit the ball, you run from this base to that base. It's a circle. But if you get caught in between the stops, you're out.
Okay, no,
You have never seen when you went to Jamaica?
No, I don't remember seeing
Well,
it.
maybe you would see if you're at the rice beach. You would see the
By pavilion
playing in the back.
No, I just remember kids playing soccer, but not baseball.
Well, the boys play soccer.
Oh, it's a girls' game?
And girls play baseball.
No. Okay.
So, yeah, and then we had to walk like 2-3 miles to school every day. So that was a good exercise because you're not walking like you're going for a stroll. You're walking like you have to get to school for 9 o'clock.
Right.
So you're walking, you're jogging, you're moving your body. And after school, we skull sometime and go to the beach. Who swim, who hang out,
Skull?
just hang out. Skull time.
Skull is like...
Yes, we use the word skull.
Like cutting class?
Not cutting class. But instead of going straight home, you take an hour or half an hour to get back home in the evenings.
Okay.
So they say you skull sometime from... And then on Fridays we had half a day school. So most of that activity would be on Friday if it's not raining, because you know the islands it rain a lot. So we leave school at 12 and get home about 2 o'clock.
Because you skull.
Skull time. They call it skull time. Yeah.
And then outside of school, were you like riding bikes, roller skating?
Yeah, we rode every day because remember Papa had a bicycle. No, I never roller skate. We never
gotta
had.
get you some roller skates.
Huh?
You want to roller skate now?
Not me. We rode a lot. There was always bicycle around, so everybody knew how to ride, and then we'd have to go to the field. So we'd walk a couple miles again with like when we get the food together, produce, put it on your head, and basket is sitting on your head and you're swinging your hand. And you're talking and you're laughing, and the body have all kind of movements. And you know, so it was like uphill and downhill.
So the field is where you had your veggies and your fruits. Yeah. And was that for you guys, just for the family, or were you selling?
We lived off the land then.
Okay.
We had bananas.
The true organic.
Yeah.
The original organic.
We had all the mangoes, all the avocados, all the papaya, coconut. We had everything there.
And when you say we, your child number five. And how many kids? A lot of kids, a lot of brothers and sisters.
Well,
right?
It was 14 of us.
14.
And 11 is still around now.
11 still around. God bless you all.
Yeah. Yes.
My plan is to also have a long life. We're very blessed, I think, in this family.
Well, in this family, let's say amen to that. We are blessed because my grandfather lived to be 90-something, and my grandmother lived to be 107.
Your grandmother?
Miss Rosa was 107. So it was 107 years, 6 months and 3 days she lived. She was born May 9th. So
yeah, long life.
And she died when? You know when she passed away? She passed away 1986, November 12th. She passed away 2 years after your dad.
So we talked about fitness when you were little, and there are so many of you, and you're eating fresh fruit and vegetables that you're picking yourself and carrying on your head, and bringing it back home. What were some of the dishes that you ate that you think would now be considered healthy? Because you guys were not getting like...
Well, we ate healthy because we raised our own chickens. We had fowl coops. We have our own chicken. And Papa fish a lot. Like every other day you go to the sea and draw his pots with it in his boat. So we didn't buy a lot of things. He raised his own pigs and cows.
Wow. Where were the pigs and cows?
They were in the backyard. The backyard was fenced off in the hill.
In my time...
and he had a few goats.
And goats, wow.
But he would kill a pig around holidays 3 times. Christmas into New Year's, Easter, Independence.
Independence is July?
August. August 6th. So around that time, there's a big feast. And you'd kill a pig, and then, when you kill a pig, about a quarter of that would left because he give every neighbor. Those were the days when people just treat each other like people. And share everything.
Right.
We would go to the farm, they would call it here, and whatever we bring back, you said, oh, bring this yam up to Miss Ines, bring a plantain to Miss Ines, bring this to Miss Ines, So we had to share. And then we had the cocoa in the yard. We had cocoa trees.
Like coconuts or chocolate?
Chocolate.
Yeah.
Chocolate
in the front yard?
Yeah, chocolate.
So interesting. I was going to say earlier, in my time, in my time, since I've been around, I've seen chocolate in the backyard.
Yeah,
and chickens. Yes. When I was much younger. But never any goats and cows.
But since we all left there, we all migrated to, nobody was going to be there. Everybody was here.
Oh, I would have liked to see that, cows and goats and stuff.
Well, we didn't have a lot of cows, maybe 1 or 2.
Still, that's cool.
Yeah. Cows was for milking, and when they have calf and the calf get
You
bigger,
milked a cow?
I never did.
Okay.
I never did. I never fool around with the animals. I didn't like the chickens and the stuff. When they were big, it's better, but when they're small, young chicken, I never mess with them.
Not your jam?
No, not my thing.
Okay, so we've talked about you being a kid in Jamaica, and basically without too much effort, you had a pretty healthy lifestyle.
Oh, yes.
You're on an island, you're walking, and if you've been to Jamaica, dear listeners, you've probably seen cars everywhere, but certainly in your time, Mom, and definitely when I was little, there weren't a lot of cars, especially in Port Antonio.
No, in my days, I can remember about 4 people in my district had cars.
Right. It's a small town.
It's a small town, yeah.
Nowadays, there's a lot more, like even again, in my time as like going to Jamaica as a teenager, people were still very much walking and riding bicycles, and that has changed over the years,
right.
And so there are more cars, and so you have to make an effort to work out or to go for walks, walk to the beach instead of taking I'm making this up, taking a taxi to the beach. I don't think
it is true, because nobody's walking there anymore. That's
they don't
why
want to.
When I go, I don't take any of those cabs. I walk. What is there to ride about? By the time we get in the car,
it's a small town. It's a short ride, but it's a bit of a walk. It's like 20-25 minutes uptown.
Depends on the pace you're walking. Where I walk at my pace and I get there in no time. I don't know if it should take any 20 or 25 minutes to go uptown from
it's
where
hot.
we live.
Sometimes, it is an island. It's hot.
Well, if it's very hot, I can understand. Or if it's raining. That's another thing.
But it's an island, so the rain doesn't always last long.
No, so you don't make a move until the rain.
I find that I'm gonna. Last time I was in Jamaica was 2019 in the before times, happy times, and I found it a little frustrating because everything stops. Like it's raining and people are just standing around. I just want to go about my business.
That's the
but
island
people
for you.
don't like they just take
just
shelter
freeze right there,
and stop and
if
wait.
you're going to work, it's raining. You're not going to go to work soaking wet.
As a New Yorker, a native New Yorker, it's very hard for me to just stand there and wait for it to stop raining. So it's a different mindset, obviously, in Jamaica, even today. And what I was starting to say is that as a kid, you didn't have to try to be healthy, right? And I would imagine the same as a teenager. You're just walking. You're going to the farm, you're picking your own food, you have animals in the back, so your meals are healthy and you're moving your body. So let's fast forward to teenage years. Are you club hopping? How are you getting your...
Oh, yeah.
I knew it! Okay, now we're getting down to it. Okay, so now you're a teenager and your exercise is what? Dancing. Okay.
Riding, swinging. We had a big swing in the backyard and the apple tree. I don't think you even knew that
apple tree is like the Jamaican apple tree?
Yes, but in the backyard to the side, to Miss Gladys. The side to Pat.
Remember that tree.
No,
so,
I don't think you'd remember that tree. It was a huge tree.
The apple tree in Jamaica, I just want to say for our listeners,
it's called OTT apple.
OTT apple.
Yeah.
It looks like a pear, an American pear, and it's my favorite fruit in the world.
The color is red.
It's red, like a deep red, and then when you open
it's like purple, white and
so
purple.
Yummy. It's white. It's I'll make sure to put a picture of it. It's my favorite fruit. Go on, Mom. So you have your apple tree in the yard.
Yeah, we had many fruit trees. We had mangoes. We had tangerine. We had oranges and grapefruits, and we had different kind of mangoes.
Wow.
We had plum. We still have plums there. No.
And when you say plum, you mean like a June plum?
We have June plum and we have the little sweet plum.
Okay. That we will find in America?
Yeah.
Okay. So your teenage years...
We also had avocado. Remember, we have avocado on the hill. Didn't you have avocado when you were there? Perhaps we were picking them up every day. The big pears like this.
Yeah, I'm not like one to rush to eat avocado. I'll eat it, but I'm not going to go out of my way.
Yes, they had it when I was there.
Yeah.
And then we have this fruit that is not all over the island, the mommy.
And we had that too. Yes. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Gosh. Oh, so teenage years, you're bopping around, you're fit. So let's fast forward. You end up moving to New York in your 20s, right?
I was 23.
23. So
Yeah.
50 years
51
ago.
years.
51 years ago. 50 plus years ago.
Yeah.
And so now you're in this new place. There's no field, there's no farm, there's no cows in the backyard. What are you doing for food?
We have to go to the supermarket and buy everything.
Is it healthy?
I don't think it is, because when I was fit, body, shape, everything. And when I got here, then you eat up all this meat and all this frozen this and frozen processed food, so to speak. So we all started gaining weight to a point where everything I put on the waist was tight.
Wow. How long did that take? A year, 2 years, a few months?
Well, tell you what, at first when I got to this country, I couldn't digest the food. I couldn't eat it. Because, but after the first, I came in the winter. Came here in October, and those days it was very cold. And when the summer came and we start meeting and greeting with other parishioners from back home, and everybody started barbecuing, and you get the real taste, and you could go out and buy the spices you want and what have you. Then we start picking out that summer. I said, whoa, you gain some weight, by winter come again. So, but within a year and a half, you realize this is not what you want. So you start watching what you eat and how you eat, and less meat for us was the best thing, because we would eat chicken and fish more than the pork and the steak and stuff like that.
So you're in your 20s, you're in New York, the best city in the world, in my opinion. Do you feel like at that time, were there gyms? Could you go to a gym?
I was never told or heard about gym in those days. Yeah. No.
So what were you doing for fitness in your 20s?
Dance every Friday, Saturday night.
Wow. Okay.
Go to movie after work. We go to the movies. Come back, go to some party somewhere. With the guys, George, Popsy, and the old Port and Junior Passage. We used to find some basement on Eastern Parkway. There was a Jamaican guy. He had a home, so he did the basement for party. Friday, Saturday nights. Come certain times Saturday night he shut down because it's church, Sunday's church.
Right, of course.
So.
Okay. So at this time, are you cooking for yourself or someone else cooking?
No, we cook. We cook group because it was 4 of us living there.
Roommates?
Me, my siblings.
Okay. So siblings. Yeah. Cool. And you guys just cook for each other.
Yeah. First person home in the evening is cook.
That's a good rule.
And the person who is off on weekend have to cook when they're off that weekend. So we rotate.
That was reasonable.
But guess what?
What?
It all came down to me. Because everybody else always have somewhere else to go before they come home.
Okay.
And I always leave work and straight home. So by the time they get there, then I realized what was going on. So I said, okay, I will play you. So one evening, I decided, Ivan and I went to Staten Island on the ferry. We were right down by Bowling Green. So we went to Staten Island, had a few drinks, came back home late. Everybody was, where were you?
Where's dinner?
So what? No, where were you? We didn't have any phones
No phones,
then.
right.
No phones then. There were phones, there were pay phones. For a nickel or a dime.
Yeah, my time it was a dime.
Yeah. So it was Friday evening, so I said, okay. So, don't do that again, Pops. Don't do that again. Don't do that again. Call us. I said, okay. I forget your call. I didn't forget. I did it on purpose.
Yeah, you just needed a break.
Yeah. However, I called the next time. Ruben and I were going to hang out. But sometimes you have to break that spell. You can't let everybody depend on you to do everything all the time.
So that leads us into setting boundaries and mental health, which is another type of fitness. So we've mostly talked about your physical fitness. So you're in your 20s now, you're in a new to you country. How was it different? Like, did you find you, like with your brothers and sisters, you've set a boundary like, hey, I'm not going to be cooking every Friday night. Was that easy for you? Did you have a hard time doing that at work or with family and friends, setting boundaries?
No.
Yeah,
No.
that's what I thought.
No, we never had a hard time setting boundaries because we knew what we were supposed to do, and everybody understand each other. And sometimes you don't have to say, you just look.
Okay.
Look at when they say something, you look at them and they know that's it.
Okay, so let's skip to your 30s. So now you're in your 30s. You have 4 kids. Your favorite child, of course, is me.
Yeah, man.
And now with 4 kids, I guess what I'm trying to get at, I feel like I'm hyper aware of, is this healthy? I gotta move my body. I have to set boundaries. I'm always kind of thinking, unlike you, Mom, you're not an anxious person. You don't worry. I'm anxious. I tend to worry. I'm always like thinking about something and thinking about I am not the best healthy eater, as you know, but I think about it. But I guess what I'm getting at is at that time, your teens, your 20s, your 30s, were you ever thinking oh, I have to eat more salad? I have to, did you struggle with any rules or did you struggle with?
No.
I didn't, I thought that's what you would say. Yeah.
Why? Because I knew how to eat from home. We even grow tomatoes and peppers and lettuce, right? And cabbage and all that good stuff. So we never had a meal without a vegetable. If not, on one of the green ones, we had the orange one, which was the carrot. Or Mom would make the coleslaw. Great. You see them make it in Jamaica. Grate the carrots into the cabbage. Put a little sugar and whatever and salt and toss it for flavor. And we would have that on the side. You know how you see how they serve it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, always.
So we always, and here, you guys, as you grow older, you didn't like vegetables.
Yeah,
for
we
this
still
reason, because you had to eat every meal a vegetable.
Do you think that maybe if you let us choose when we want to eat vegetables?
You can't choose when you're a child in my household.
Right.
That's not how we were raised. We had to eat what was on the
but
table.
I just want to point out that now we don't like to eat vegetables.
But that's why so often I still push it when I serve the food.
You do push the vegetables, but I it's just interesting. I get it. We should eat vegetables, but maybe it's because you're telling us we should eat it, and then we have to eat the whole thing.
No, you didn't have to eat it because many times when you finish eating, the vegetables under the table.
But that's because. My point is, Mom, let's not get distracted. My point is, I'm just wondering, had you said eat it if you want to, or if you don't want to, maybe we would have eaten it more.
My generation don't tell kids if they want to have what's on the table. That was dead.
Okay.
This is not Blake and Josh where they look at you and look at the food and decide they're not eating it. Well, Josh would say garbage. Right. When you turn around and see the garbage.
I guess that veggie love skips a generation. Two generations. I want to talk about pregnancies. Not really pregnancies, but nowadays they have something called snapback. Have you heard of it?
No.
Oh, okay. So it's when someone is pregnant and then they have the baby and they snap back. They lose all the weight. They look great. It's like they weren't even pregnant. It's totally unrealistic because everybody is different and every pregnancy is different.
Well, maybe I had that, if that's what it's called, because when I had you guys, both of you, I wore a size 7. My clothes were size 7. And when I had both of you, December 2nd.
Me and my twin.
Yeah. I gave birth December 2nd and Christmas.
Hey, you gotta tell everybody my birthday?
And sorry about
well,
that.
I don't know how to edit, so it's gonna stay in here.
And the before Christmas Eve, that was the 23rd. I put one of my finest suits on, and it fit perfectly. So from the 2nd to the 23rd, like 21 days.
Did you have that experience with all three of your pregnancies?
No. The first one and you too, but the last one, forget about it.
Interesting.
I went from, say, a size 9 straight to a size 12.
So
right after Kish, size 12.
Yeah.
And I'm bouncing between 12 and 14 since then.
So basically, Keish, your last kid, just kind of.
I tell you, the last one was just more than two together. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's where I blew up.
Interesting. Well, it could be. I don't know, but I'm just guessing. It could be any number of factors. You were a bit older than your first three kids. Not that much older. It could be any number of things. But where I was going with it is, did you? I guess I know the answer to this, but did you feel any pressure like, oh, I have to lose this weight when I have this baby or babies?
No, I didn't feel pressure because, let me see, like 3 months after, I went right back to work. I was very active going back and forth and taking care of household and doing the yard and doing the chores, you know.
Yeah,
I
busy.
know yeah. Weight wasn't my problem because whatever it is, I didn't get it in one place back. It evened out.
Right.
So
I should give you guys, you listeners, dear listeners, my mommy, you're like 5'5".
Yeah.
About 5'5", and you've basically been the same weight
for the longest.
Like for the last 40 plus years, I would say. Like
I
you
go
don't really
up and down. I go up and down, up maybe as much as 5 pounds and back.
Yeah, you don't deviate.
No.
That also skipped a generation. My weight ranges a good 20, 25 pounds depending on what's going on. Okay, so I guess instead of like now we're in your 30s, so I'm going to kind of compress the last few decades and just ask you like, you mentioned being like cleaning and gardening and you're back and forth. So describe your physical activity, your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. You know, what's it been like for you?
50s into 60s, I hit the gym.
Yep.
And that was good. This is why my weight is so controlled. Because pandemic now we don't go to gym anymore.
Right.
But I still do my gardening, and I do things here, and occasionally I take a walk when I can take a walk, and then I'm all right.
Yeah, you're pretty strong. I often actually forget your age because you move very quickly. You're pretty strong, thank God. You've been very healthy, thank God. So that being said, let's look back at the decades and considering your health now and what you know now, is there anything you would do differently, like eat more sugar or eat less salt or dance more or
I would eat less sugar because I was big. Now I don't take the sugar now, but I was a big sugar eater because when I drink my tea, if I was taking like 10 cups a day, at least 10 teaspoon or half a teaspoon of sugar until later I realized that your body doesn't need all the sugar.
We had a scoop actually, which was guessing probably like a tablespoon of sugar.
It was
a scoop.
You guys would put that in.
That's yes, we
but
did.
I would put less. But then later I just had like 7 to 10 cups of tea a day without sugar. Then I realized that this was better, so I stick to that.
Okay.
You know?
So now you have we're looking forward to your 150th birthday.
Really?
Yeah. So what do you think your movement is going to be like, you know, in this golden age of your life?
I would say it depends on how the body operates. Depends on the bones. Because if your bones start deteriorate, degeneration of the bone or whatever the word is.
But you're taking your vitamins, right?
I take them every day, but then you weren't built up on vitamins, anything can happen.
Right.
You know, bones ache after a while. Look how many people you see walking with knee, hip, whatever problem. Thank God I don't have any of that yet, but I'm not looking for it either.
No.
But then the number could play.
Do you think you'll go back to the gym when the pandemic is over?
I might.
Take some classes?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to talk a little bit about our differences. And one of the reasons that I think you're so healthy, like I said earlier, I tend to worry, and you don't worry about anything. So of course you'll live long. I think you're a chatty Cathy, and I am
when I want to.
You are a chatty Cathy mom. If anybody walks by, you're like, hi. And I think you're way more outgoing than me.
But you know what it is?
What?
That's our upbringing. When we were growing up as children, once you're on the street, if the person is one day older than you, you have to give them that respect.
Wow.
You have to say good morning or good evening or how are you or something like that. That is what the island is all about.
Island life.
That's the way we were raised. So it's in us.
Yeah. The last thing I want to talk about, and then we're going to do something fun, is being social. So in your time, even in my time, there was no social media, there was no WhatsApp, there was no texting, there was no phone. We had, remember at Washington, we had a rotary phone, so you would put your finger
dial,
and
but it's really fast.
But you would have to put the like number. When you put the number, you have to put it
Reach
all the
around,
way around. Right, so we didn't have that technology. So I think one of the great things about you is you have your school friends and your town friends from way back in the day that you still talk to on the phone. So you're not really texting them. You're still talking to them. You're still seeing them when you go to Jamaica or you travel and you go someplace. You're still seeing them.
WhatsApp now. Everything is WhatsApp.
Yeah, now you're on WhatsApp and they're sending you videos.
Yeah.
And are you sending videos? I don't think so.
No, I don't hardly
right?
do that.
So it's different. So you're keeping in touch, but even though you do now have WhatsApp with your friends, you are still talking. And I think that's important to be social at any stage of your life, but to continue with that so that you're not just, someone like me who's kind of like in my own little bubble all the time.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to break out of the bubble.
Yeah, one day when I grow up, I'll be like you. All right, so I thank you, Mom, for talking about different types of fitness over the years. I want to talk about one more thing, and that's our hair. So your hair is silver, mostly silver, and there's black. When did you first start going gray?
When I was 35 years old.
Wow.
I went gray in the middle right here. I had like a strand here and a strand there and a strand here. And I love them, so I didn't take them out.
Yeah.
You know? But it took forever for them to come in the front. They just start like a full thing now.
Yeah, I started in my late 20s. I don't know if you remember.
No, you started before you were way before 20s.
Okay, Mom,
easy.
All right, way before. So my early 20s, I started going gray, or my hair is mostly silver. It's not really gray.
No.
But I still have a lot of black in it. But it's very
annoying. You have about 10%
silver.
Yeah.
But
if that much.
It's a lot. You can see it, but it's scraggly, which I don't like. I really wish it was like silver in one huge section.
No, some people born like that.
Well, some
people gray like that.
I'm gonna dye it. Did I tell you? I'm gonna dye it silver. I'm gonna be sassy. I'm gonna dye it all silver with like one part is gonna be pink, like maybe a hot pink or a baby pink. Look out for that. You ready?
It's your hair, not mine. You're wearing it, not me.
I keep saying one more thing.
I wouldn't dye my hair though.
I know you wouldn't, but I'm gonna dye my hair because I want it to be all silver instead of this.
So why silver and pink?
Because pink is cool, like me.
I got you.
Thanks, Mom. Let's talk about. I don't know. Have you ever seen my website? SnackySays.com. Okay. I'll show it to you later. So I have a website called snackysays.com, which is why we're doing this interview. Plus, you're cool to talk to. And on social media, my social media profile name or nickname usually has Snacky in it. Why do you think I'm called Snacky Snack on my website stuff, my online stuff?
Maybe because you used to love snacks.
That's right. Because I would say,
what's
Mom,
the one in the middle, the white?
Oh, Twinkies.
Twinkies, yeah.
Yeah.
You wanted a
God.
Twinkie every day.
Oh.
Mom, when you coming buy Twinkies? Did you buy Twinkies?
Mom, you have any snacks?
Snackies.
Snacky snack.
Yeah.
So you started calling me snacky snack. But much later, like in my 30s, because I was still saying, Mom, you have any snacks? Okay, so final, we're going to do bonus. I'm going to say some Jamaican expressions or sounds or Jamaican food, and then please correct my pronunciation and tell our listeners what it means. Okay, are you ready?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Is what?
So, and then you say it.
What?
No, in Jamaican.
Eh?
Yeah.
Oh,
so it's just the sound like what? Huh? Okay. Ow.
Ow.
Ow. Like
oh no, there's not. It's not this. Oh.
ow. So what is ow?
I see.
So when we were growing up, you might say something like, "And I said, clean up that room." Ow. So it's kind of like the exclamation point, right?
It says, clean up the room now.
Now. Right. Okay. Gussa.
Leave.
Una gussa.
Your leave.
Not in a gussa.
That's not true.
Right. Okay, so just repeat in your proper Jamaican accent. Gussa.
Gussa.
Una gussa.
Una gussa.
Not in a gussa.
No, that's not true. It's not true.
Okay. The other day we were talking about food, and I said, like, oh, I love bammy. And you said, bammy. Bammy. Like, I mispronounced it. So can you please say bammy and tell us what it is?
Oh, bammy is a cassava bread. We grate the cassava, wring it to get all the juice out. To
And
make
cassava
starch.
is almost like a potato. It's a starch.
Yes, it's a food. It's starch. We wring it to get this juicy milk or the juice from the cassava to make the bammy. Then you pound the cassava in a mortar. Then you have a ring. Put it on a stove top, hot, like this now. You put the ring on it, and you fill it up. Put a little salt in it, and you fill it and pat it down in the ring. Bake it, flip it. Two sides, side to side.
It's like a round disc.
It's like a round bread. It's a round wire. What they used to call that ring. It's a round ring like this, like a circle like this.
Like a
I guess you've never
like
seen
those like those spring form cake pans.
Yes, but it's no
But it
spring.
doesn't open.
It doesn't open. And once one side is cooked, we take a bamboo, like I call a skewer or something like that they call it. It's flat, made from the bamboo, and you flip it over to the other side and the thing, and it's done. But there is something to the bammy. When you turn it, you scrape it. When it's cool, you scrape it, and that's called the sham sham. It comes out looking like cornmeal. The Africans use that to boil porridge.
Do Jamaicans use it to boil porridge?
Jamaicans just eat it like that.
Sham.
But when I went to Africa, I see them use it to boil porridge.
Which country? Kenya?
I went to Nigeria. Not Kenya. When I was in Nigeria, they do that. You see, Nigeria have more black people than Kenya. Kenya have a lot of Indians and
different foods.
They cook a lot of food. They cook better than the Nigerians.
Really?
Kenyans better
Nigerians and Kenyans, please don't get at me. This is my mom's opinion.
I like the Kenyan food better than Nigerian. I like the way they cook.
Do you feel like it's more similar to Jamaican food?
Yes.
Because of the Jamaican food, dear listeners, have quite a bit of Indian influence. So some of the food is similar, so that's probably why. Like curry, for example, and some style cooking is
Jamaican
similar.
culture is so mixed.
Yeah.
We have a lot of Chinese, we have a lot of Syrians.
Out of many, one.
Many, one people.
That's Jamaica's motto.
But I have a right to choose what I like to
Of
eat
course,
and
of
what
course,
I
of
don't.
course. Yeah.
And I like my flavors and my taste. So if I'm going to mix the Nigerian with the
Kenyan?
Kenyans, my taste is more for the Kenyans
Okay.
than the Nigerians.
So I have a couple more foods, Jamaican foods. Can you describe and tell us about rundown?
Oops, delicious. Rundown is made from coconut. You grate the coconut or blend it, juice it, and you just strain it off, put it on the fire. And it cooks down to a custard. And the custard is very sweet because you know coconut is sweet. So when you boil that down, cook it down to a certain stage, then you add your curry. And you boil the curry with a little ginger, and you saute that in and till it get to where you want it. Then you can add shrimp, then do your curry chicken, whatever you want.
I'm a purist here. I just want mackerel. If we're eating rundown, I don't want anything in it but mackerel.
Yeah, like Keisha, Blake and Josh like that too.
Is there any other way
to do curry?
No, to do rundown.
Yeah, you can put
you
put
but why
saltfish
would
in
you?
it, but that's the one you prefer. It's like eating food when you go to other countries.
Nah, I personally just like mackerel. Okay, last one. This one I'm not sure about because I remember it being called Papa. By the way, when you've heard us say Papa or Mama or Papa, they're my mom's parents, my grandparents. Pone.
Pone is not from my parish. Pone is from the other parish in west, St. Elizabeth. I've never seen a pone made.
Really?
Because pone is made from corn, and Portland don't have that much corn.
Okay.
We don't cultivate corn like other parishes. Whatever you grow most, that's what you use the most of. We make potato pudding.
Okay, so that's what all right.
Auntie Claus used to make that.
Papa made that.
Yeah, Papa made that too.
So that's what I'm confused. I don't know.
I've never made pone.
Pone.
It's called pone.
So
I've never made pone. I've never seen it made.
Really?
It's not made in my parish. I heard of it, and when I went down to Tony Parish, St. Elizabeth, they made pone. But it's not something I like.
So, what I was thinking was pone is the sweet potato dish, which I looked at this up on the internet because I couldn't find the name I wanted. Papa used to make
pudding.
The internet says it's Jamaican blue draws.
Boya.
Yeah. That's what I was looking for. Boya. Okay, so tell us about boya. What is in boya? What is boya?
Boya is made from cornmeal with raisins. Well, they mix it with coconut. You can just grate the coconut, mix it in the cornmeal, and I think I never made it myself. I just eat it all the time.
Is it wrapped in banana leaf?
It's wrapped. You have to quail the banana leaf. Put the banana leaf over the fire. Get it nice and soft. Because the banana leaf by itself is stiff like this. It's green.
My mom's holding an orchid leaf.
So we fold it. We quail it, and you mix the mixture. Get it together. The cornmeal, the butter, the raisins with cinnamon, nutmeg, and vanilla. You have to season it up, spice it up a little bit. And kind of firm, not hard, firm. And you put it in, and you fold it like you wrap like this. You might have seen Papa do it. Drop it in here. Yeah. You fold this piece, you fold this like this and this. And then you tie it with a cord. Back home we tie it with the banana bark. Right?
So it's basically...
And when the water comes to a boil, you just drop them in and give them X amount of time to cook.
So, because we're not filming this, there's no video, you take the banana leaf and you put your mixture in the middle.
And you fold one over.
You fold it. Fold it again.
Fold it again. Break both ends to this. Bring it here.
So you have like a rectangle. Yes. And you would tie it with a cord or banana bark. Thank you, Mom. I don't know why I've been thinking about that dish.
Boya.
And I'm pretty sure I haven't had it since I had it when Papa made it or used to make it. So that brings us to our very, very last question. What is your favorite family recipe or dish? Something that Mama used to make, or one of your aunts, or your siblings, or dad? What? And it doesn't have to be something you can still get, but just your favorite all time.
My favorite all-time dish is rice and peas, gungo peas, or kidney beans, and a nice escovitch fish, red snapper, or brown stew red snapper, and a bowl of vegetables. Could be tossed salad, could be just cabbage and carrots, or just plain carrots. That's my favorite dish.
Does it any particular chef, like you cook it yourself,
Cook it
or
myself
somebody else?
is the best way.
All right, cool.
I'm not the eat out person.
Yeah,
Somebody
that's
to
true.
go eat out, so I make that. But I love me a brown stew snapper, man, with some rice and peas and a salad on the side. And back home on a Sunday, we'd have carrot juice with that, or soursop juice, or sweet sap juice, or and you name some juice.
And
carrot juice.
Carrot juice. There's two types of carrot juice I've had in Jamaica, or Jamaican versions. The one you used to make when we were little was creamier and had like condensed milk. Yeah. And then there's one that doesn't have the milk, and it's more like it's like lime, like carrot and lime.
Yes, because it's less fattening with the lime juice. See,
it's refreshing, yeah.
Back in the days, we used to use the soursop, juice the soursop, and make ice cream on Sundays. Where they put it in the thing and put the carnation milk and the ice cream bucket. You put salt and ice, and everybody take a turn.
Make your own homemade ice cream.
Homemade ice cream.
Okay. I think that's about it. I wanted to have you on again because you're real cool. Like, not just because you're my mom. You're really cool and like laid back, and you're excellent at taking care of yourself. Like, before self-care was an expression that's really popular now. And so I just wanted to talk to you about, how you stay so cool in your experiences, throughout the years. Because, again, the whole main thing about me working out is to take care of my mental health, but also because when I am your age and older, I want to be as cool as you. I want to be fit. I want to be strong. I don't think I'll be gardening, but I want to be strong enough to garden if that's, my jam.
Well, if you, it's what you like to do. What makes you happy?
Oh, Mom, I am figuring that out. But moving my body right now definitely makes me happy, and being creative makes me happy. But for me, unlike you, because I'm not as chill as you, I'm always kind of like, angst. But I know you're not like that. So, again, thank you. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Okay. So this has been Jody Taylor and Norma Taylor, our special guest. You're my first guest ever. I've never interviewed anybody on my blog.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
I'm just checking the time. We've been talking for 48 minutes. Wow, that was really cool, Mom.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, thanks
Very
a
good.
lot. All right, see ya. Say bye.
Bye. Take care.
Take care. There's your Jamaican expression for take care.
So let me see you.
Little more.
Little more.
Little more.